Hey, sorry, I'm just like trying to get the stuff all set up. I was gonna film this like vertically, no, not vertically. I don't know, like landscape mode. I think is what I'm looking for. But I can't really do it like that, so I guess I'm gonna have it like this. I'm about to make a post on my subreddit to let everyone know that it is up and running. That this live is up and running. So just give me a minute. Hey, what's up? Hi everyone. Very happy that you're all here so far. Okay, look. Hi Caroline. Okay, we're gonna post this up, so I'm just gonna wait and see if anyone else shows up for a bit, and then I will get the movie started. Jess. Jess is my name. Yeah, I know this is like an awkward framing, but like I said, I was going to film this like for landscape mode, um, but like I can only do this vertically, I guess. So, I mean, I have a table here too, so I kind of brought that table up here for nothing. But it's fine. I'm gonna figure this out. This is the first time I've done a live on YouTube, so this is new for me. I will say though that I thought this would probably be up. I mean, afterwards, like after the fact. But uh, but I found out that that's only for those who have like at least 1,000 subscribers, and I don't have that many. So I only have like around 200 right now. Um, yeah, I know this is kind of like yeah. I mean, I'm just talking a bunch, so just like so yeah. Just hang in there for a second. I'm just trying to figure this all out. Um, I mean, this is a learning thing for me, so just like, just seeing how this all goes for me, you know? Like I said, I mean, this is just mainly just for the members of my subreddit, because you guys wanted me to do it, so, so yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see if anyone else pops up. Okay, for those who are here already, do you have your copy of the movie so you can watch along with me? I know it doesn't really say in the title for this live, but I am gonna be watching 127 hours, and hopefully you guys will have your own copies and watch with me. I mean, yeah. So yeah, just let me know if you have like your own copy of the movie, and we can get started soon. No, I don't have kids. Okay, can you, anyone who's here, can you please let me know if you have your own copy of the movie so you can watch with me? Oh, thank you. Okay, okay, good. I see you. How do you pronounce your username? Croquet? Okay, okay, good. Another Wayne, you've got your copy. Good. Um, anyone else, or just you guys so far? Or should I wait a little bit longer until we get things started? No, I can't see you. Yeah, sorry, this is just a little awkward. I'm just like waiting to see who all shows up and we can get this thing started. It is not streaming anywhere. I mean, it was on Hulu, but they removed it. So, in order to watch it depending on what platform you're using, like if you're using like a DVD or like digital or something, you can always rent it on digital. It's like only a few dollars. Um, yeah, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes and see if more people show up. But yeah, like unfortunately, I can't show the movie on the screen because of obviously that's copyright. So I'm just gonna yeah no problem. But yeah just gonna wait a few more minutes. I mean I'm gonna I mean like I said, I'm sorry if this is a little awkward. Like I said, this is new. I mean, I've done one TikTok live before, but obviously not like YouTube. But yeah, so I'm I'm just like looking forward to this. Hope it all goes well. So yeah, let me see if I can like figure out a way that I can prop up my iPad without having to hold on to it because um yeah, like it would be kind of like I don't know what the word is. It's not ideal for me to be holding on to it the entire time, but I mean, whatever I have to do because, hold on a second. Because I got this table right here, and I was ready to use it to prop up for my iPad because I prefer to be filming on my iPad rather than my phone. But yeah, obviously that's not gonna work based on how YouTube does all of this. So, um, I mean, is there like anything I should say or talk about? I am live. um, I live in the Midwest. I'm not gonna really say specifically where, but yeah, I'm in the Midwest, near the Chicago area. Thank you for saying that. I don't really think of myself as like being a goat or anything. Well, thank you, Wizard, and I appreciate that. I mean, like, obviously, if like you can't watch the movie with me, uh, like if you want to know like any of the details, like trivia facts or anything like that, I'm sure that I can answer anything. Hold on a second. No, not green screen. I don't want green screen unless if I had like a good background for it. I'm gonna forget it. A king and green screen. I guess let's see if I have one. I just have like mainly all my camera, like my professional camera pictures on my iPad. So maybe I'll have some on here because I have used it for like a vacation to Utah a couple years ago, Montana, Wyoming. But this one, how are we feeling on this background? Is it? What do you think? Is it pretty enough, or should I just go back to Oh, how did I like Utah? I loved it. It's like honestly my favorite vacation spot I've been to. I've been there twice. I've been there twice. Yeah, because I went there like I don't know like maybe I think it was 2017, and then I went again a few years ago like after COVID. But yeah, like I can if I could, I would move there. I would love to go out hiking as often as I can. Um, yeah, it's like my favorite place to go to, and the movies, and largely, and thanks to that. So yeah, because I mean, I wasn't really much of an outdoor person before I watched the movie for the first time. But after I watched it, like I like really got into the outdoors. So like one of my family's favorite vacation spots to go to is Arizona. So we've been out hiking there a few times. And lately when I've been there, like I would feel like I'm in my element. Like I would just like anywhere when I'm near mountains or anything like that, I would just be like so happy and like in my own special place, if that makes sense. But yeah, um, yeah. Should I start the movie yet, or do you guys need time to get prepared for it, or just let me know? Okay. I mean, I gotta wait to see more people reply first. Be patient, Dariana. Okay, Lane, you're ready. Dariana, you are not the master. I am the master. In the case of you're ready, that's my best friend. So, um, should I wait like another minute, or like, are you just really ready for me to get things going here? I mean, I can do whatever. I mean, if you need like some more time to get ready or anything like that, I think I think I'm gonna keep this background though. Looks kind of pretty. I know that like my face is like super red. It's just a side effect of the medication I'm on. So like, I mean, I know you can't really ignore that, but but yeah, if you're wondering why my face is so red, that's why. Um, how have I already been live for 20 minutes? Like it doesn't feel like it's been that long. Okay, should I do like a three, two, one thing and then I start the movie? Because I have it up on my TV for it to get ready to play. So just you let me know. Hey, what's up? I'm glad you're here. Okay, countdown. Yeah. I was thinking like three, two, one, go. So I guess I can start now. So let's do a countdown to five. Okay. Um, five, four, three, two, one. Starting it now. Searchlight Pictures logos on. I'm gonna, um, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I should like keep one earbud off or not. I just don't like hear my muffled talking when have both of these on, so I might just keep it that way. We're just getting through the production logos. Okay, now it's actually starting. So I think I know that there's some people that aren't a fan of the whole split screen thing, but I think it was well done for this movie. I just think it adds like a different kind of, I don't know, like energy, unique energy into it, which is like which is just like kind of like how Danny Boyle makes his movies. He puts a lot of energy into them. Dariana, I thought you had the Blu-ray. You didn't need to buy to rent it. Remember you bought it for me? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you staying up for me. But yeah, just got the movie started like a minute ago, so we're in the opening credits right now. James Franco's getting some water in his water bottle, packing up his food for his upcoming hiking trip that we all know would not end well for him. Yeah, the Swiss Army knife, like that's you could look a little harder to reach it. I mean, as you saw, like he was almost there, and of course leaving the water tap going. That's not good for the environment. I wish I had like the timestamp thing that like some YouTubers have when they do these kind of live streams, but I have no idea how I can do that. So like if you're watching this at a I mean not a later time, but if anyone happens to pop by after I even after obviously I already started the movie, but if you need like a timestamp, I can give it to you. It's no problem. And also, if I happen to be a little chatty, oh wait, let me read your comment first. Okay, yeah, no problem at all. But yeah, anyway, if I happen to be a little chatty, I mean, I'm not usually a chatty person, but I had to take. They are the best. I had to take some of my pain medication because I was in a lot of pain earlier. So like, and there's strong kind of pain meds too. So a little high right now, just slightly. So I might be a little chatty because I tend to get a little like more energetic. I want to say. But yeah, like if I'm talking a lot, that's probably why. Bumpy ride, yeah. I mean, can you imagine driving through a non paved area like that? I mean, it would be kind of fun, honestly. It kind of reminds me of a time where my family was out driving in New Mexico a few years ago, like on a kind of like a rural area. It was fun though. Saturday, tomorrow, and he's out biking in the gorgeous scenery. Um, so yeah, Aaron Ralston, he actually is like this kind of person, like major outdoorsy type. Um, biking, hiking, mountaineering, canyoneering. He puts a lot of detail about this in his book, but I feel like the movie did a good job at like showing us like the kind of person he is. And also, kind of related to this, the movie actually used like okay, what timestamp? 6:15. 6:15. Um, but anyway, like the movie had a lot of the same equipment and stuff that Aaron actually used. Um, and when this actually happened to him. So yeah, like I remember like in the director's commentary, Danny Boyle said that they had to get a lot of like those items off of eBay and stuff. But I mean, you can definitely tell that like a lot of the things that they use are like things that are typically outdated at this time since this obviously took place in 2003. But yeah, it was also filmed in generally the same area where this actually happened to Canyonlands National Park. Um, it is a really, uh, I mean, it is really cool. But yeah, like this was like around like the same area where Aaron biked and stuff like that. So it's like really cool to see, like just like how accurate that is. Oh shoot! Sorry, I just banged my phone on the table. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I mean, this was like a regular day for him because this was like a weekend trip for him. Like he was gonna go explore Blue John Canyon and then rappel down and then like that was his day plan. And then obviously this part here, this is where he meets the girls. That's also true, but in the movie, like they just kind of part ways and just like I mean you'll see soon, but like they invite him to this party, which is also true in real life. They invited him to this party that they were throwing the next day, and but like in real life, their actual plan was like after Aaron was done doing his own thing, he and the girls were gonna meet up again and like drive out together, and then like just hang out together. But like in the movie, they just like kind of part ways after they were like all hanging out together. Oh hey, thank you. Yeah, him saying like the outdoors is basically his second home. Yeah, that is very accurate. But yeah, like I mean, they were all very surprised that they all like they met each other because since that whole area is like in the middle of nowhere, and then like you would think you wouldn't come across any other people. I love running into Virgos. Sure. Do you? Okay, so fun fact. This thing here didn't actually happen because what Danny wanted to do, he wanted to like really show off water since like later in the movie Aaron is like deprived of water, and he wanted to like really put the images of water in the beginning to like kind of show like how he was kind of like taking it for granted a little bit, and then like when he actually gets trapped, like obviously you realize how important it actually is, and how like you have that little supply of it, you gotta like save it and stuff. But anyway, this did not happen. This part here did not happen. In reality, Aaron and the girls were just climbing for a little bit. But yeah, this is like what Danny wanted to do. Um well, Dariana, remember like how when we went to Utah together, I talked about that we like if we were to visit that actual location where they filmed in the pool, but I just decided not to, and I've been regretting it ever since. But yeah, this was filmed in a different area. I don't think this was actually in Canyonlands, but I mean, yeah, I agree. We do need to go back. Yeah, it's been like what, like at least 3 or no, not 3 years, like 4 or 5 years since I've been to Utah, so I'm due for another trip back. I don't know, like if I were one of them and I had to like fall down this cave into this pool of water, I would feel a little hesitant about it too, honestly. I mean, I would be like, what the fuck is this guy getting me into? I actually don't know much about that, but I believe him that it's true. Absolutely, we love 127 hours in this house. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty sketchy. You would have to be like, what is this guy doing? Like, what am I getting into here? Yeah, this is the part where they invite him to the party, and if I were them, if I were invited to a party, I mean, I don't like parties in general, so I would say no. Just because like a party's like one of the worst atmospheres for me to be in. Like I would get overstimulated. But yeah, in actuality, they were gonna get together at the end of the day, but the movie doesn't do that, which is fine. It doesn't need to be like completely accurate. Like, I mean, it does have some inaccuracies, but I mean, it's not a big deal or anything. But I love that like they actually filmed these scenes in the actual location, so we get all the scenery and the pretty scenery. Like I don't know if I would ever. I mean, maybe if I had a friend with me, but I would love to like explore that kind of area one day, like going to slot canyons and stuff like that. But I wouldn't want to do it alone, definitely. That outdated digital camera, though. Nobody has cameras like that anymore. What timestamp? 1539. If you ever need me to pause for you guys to get to the right area, I can do that too. I don't mind. I mean, right time stamp or whatever. And of course, now he is trapped, and things are screwed for him. Um, One of my favorite fun facts about the movie is that this canyon, you would think that it's the actual canyon where Aaron was trapped in, but it's a replica set. They built it, like they built a replica set in a warehouse in Utah, which I think is the coolest thing because it looks like it would be an actual canyon, but it's just a set. And like how you can accomplish that, I have no idea, but it's just so cool. Yeah, exactly. But even though like the title dropped there 127 hours, it's like it gives the implication that he is stuck there for 127 hours. But oh hey Emily. But anyway, in the book, um in the book, Aaron says like after he's rescued and in the hospital about to pass out from like morphine or whatever it is, he said that like his like uninterrupted 127 hours of being awake without sleep was ending, and that started when he woke up the day of his accident. So it is not when he became trapped that he was there for 127 hours. So the 127 hours is from the minute he woke up that day all the way until he passed out at the hospital. Yeah, I think it's like I think it's such a cool way of how they came up with that title for the movie because obviously the title of the book is Between a Rock and a Hard Place, so you wouldn't think that the movie would be called that too because it's not that good of a title. 127 hours is more of a creative title. But anyway, let me explain what's happening right now in this scene. So yeah, this is very true also where like after Aaron becomes trapped, he gets this like adrenaline rush and tries to get out of there with his strength, and as you can see he's like overexhausting himself trying everything he can to get out, and nothing's working obviously because the rock is just way too heavy. But for like when they were filming this, it was just like one single take, like a 20-minute take of James just trying to do whatever he can to escape, but obviously nothing's working. And like I just think it's really cool how they did all of this in one shot because James was also like hesitant about like putting too much physical pain into his performance, like doing it more than once technically, and like he had this conversation with Danny where like he was saying that like he would prefer to get it done in just like one single take or whatever because he would not want to do it like over and over again. And obviously Danny complied with that, and that's what we ended up with in the film. And yeah, also in real life, Aaron just gulped his water down, and then he realized that like that was like his only water supply, so gotta save it. And also like the capture of time, like on his watch, that's also accurate because in the book he says that he became trapped at like 2:45, and in that shot there it said like 3:15 whatever. So yeah, they did a pretty good job with time accuracy as well. Such a cool shot, right? Like how it pans out like that. Yeah, it is. I don't know if I would ever want to visit the actual location, but I've been to Canyonlands and it is stunning. It is very, very pretty out there. I also like how this scene is presented to like him going through all of his supplies and just like the okay, didn't mess anything up, but like sorry, I'm just trying to get situated here. But anyway, like going through all his supplies and the score and the editing and the cinematography. It's all like really well done. Like that shot, I have that shot as a custom backdrop on Letterboxd. Yeah, exactly. Like he does a lot of acting with his left arm and hand. I mean, I'm sure James is right-handed, right? A lot of people are right-handed, so I could only imagine how frustrating that might be to like do all these things with your non-dominant hand. But yeah, like anyway, if I were in that situation and I had my right hand trapped, I'm left-handed, so wouldn't be that big of a problem for me. And obviously, this is another thing that Aaron did too while he was trapped. Like, he would chip at the boulder, hoping that he can get out of there. But like, with just how heavy it is, like, it was like, what was it, 800 pounds or something? So, it would have been impossible to get his arm out of there. But yeah, it's like interesting to see James doing the exact same thing. Like, that's one of the reasons why I like watching it so much, is because he does a lot of the same actual things that Aaron did. He dropped a knife. How have I read it many times? I don't know how many times I've read it. I want to say, more than 5, less than 10, probably. I have the audiobook too, and I've been meaning to listen to that, but I just get caught up with procrastinating or just watching other movies and stuff like that. So, but anyway, about what's happening right now, he dropped his knife. He's trying to pick it up with his foot. James Franco's look jump scare exactly, but anyway, this is something that happened to Aaron too. At one time, he dropped his car keys, but obviously for the movie, that's like not like a super important thing. But for the movie, it was like the knife because of how important that is to him. Like, it's like one of the most important things that he needs to have. And obviously, he was able to pick it up successfully, which Aaron also did. He used a stick to pick it up, managed to grab it. And also, the whole thing with his hand being stuck, you see like how it has like blood and chunks of skin and okay, hold on. Where are we in the movie? Hold on, let me see. We are in 2518. 2518. But anyway, with the wall like of where his hand is, like how there's blood, chunks of skin, body hair. That's all very true too. That's accurate. And like I said, the attention to detail that they put into the movie, it's just like a casual watcher, I would get like you wouldn't really notice it all that much, but to me, like who's a super fan of it all, yeah, that's like, I just think that's really cool. Also there how he tied the knife with a shoestring. I don't think Aaron actually did that because I don't remember him mentioning that in the book, but I mean it makes sense for him to not lose it. Makes sense for him to do it so he wouldn't lose it again. Sorry, hold on. Just trying to figure out a way for me to hold this in a non-awkward way. Sunday. Good. Good, you should drink your water. I have some water by me, but I mean, I'm a little thirsty, but I mean, maybe I could try to do it one-handed like he did because I'm holding my iPad right now, so it would be kind of tricky to do it one-handed, but I guess I can do it too. Hope you enjoyed that shot of me drinking water. This is one of those parts that I always like to pay attention to whenever I watch it, just because it's so interesting watching James trying to get this seat done. So like, I guess this is an engineer thing. I wouldn't know. I'm not an engineer or anything like that, but like Aaron managed to like get rope on a rock above him and like kind of like strapped himself into it, kind of create like a seat or something so he can take some weight off of his legs. Like I said, I think that's probably an engineer like thing. I would never come up with something like that if I were in his situation. Just yeah, thank you. Yeah, let's all take a sip of water for him. Cheers. I mean, yeah. Cheers, I guess. Let me hold on a second. So yeah, Aaron did not sleep when he was trapped because one, he was too cold because of the night temperature. And then like with all the things he tried to do in order to stay alive, really, he didn't really sleep at all, which would explain why, like, as the movie goes on, his eyes get more and more bloodshot. He like looks all tired and stuff. That's another thing that actually happened too. There would be a raven that would fly above him in the morning. Like pretty much like every morning he was trapped. Burb. Raven. It's a raven, not a burb. I mean, it is technically a burb, but raven. Yeah, this is another thing that's true. Like, there would be like a ray of sunlight that would enter the canyon in the morning, and he would be able to stretch out his legs a little bit in order to feel the sunlight, like just like that. And like yeah, that's like the only kind of sunlight he ever had during his entrapment because of being like so below. But yeah, like it's like makes me think of like him being like a prisoner, which he kind of is here. Like he loses that access to sunlight, so whenever he does have it, like you gotta like make it for like how long you've got it for. Also, this part here with his dad showing him the sunrise when he was a kid, that's kind of accurate to something Aaron wrote in the book, because he talks about that there was this family friend that he had and she used to like a wheelchair, and there was like a time where like he and his family went on vacation, and this family friend went with them, and they all saw the sunrise together. So I guess like they kind of got that for the movie, but obviously they changed it for like only him and his dad, as opposed to his family and the friend. So this is pretty close to how Aaron actually filmed his video diaries. Like they got the same exact camera, like Aaron's actual camera that he used when he was trapped. They used that for the movie. What do you mean we were watching this a few weeks late? We're watching it right now. But yeah, it's his actual camera, and like similar dialogue to what he actually. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I get it now. But anyway, yeah, like same camera, similar dialogue, and like I also read that like the cinematographers, they were showing Aaron's actual videos to kind of like frame it in the right way that his actual videos were, which I also think is pretty cool. Good night. Thank you for stopping by for a little bit. Did he? I don't think he actually did. Because he did have something like that happen to him where he was yelling out for help, but it wasn't during a video recording. But kind of like what happened in the movie, he was like kind of scared of like his own voice and stuff like that. So he said that he was gonna limit himself to like one shout of help a day, but he just ended up stopped doing it altogether. This is another thing I really enjoyed watching, because obviously this is something Aaron actually did, like to try to keep himself warm at night, and watching James actually do the same thing too, it's pretty cool to see. Hey, raccoon. There's the giant Scooby-Doo inflatable. I always think it's funny to see Scooby-Doo mentioned in this movie because I really loved the Scooby-Doo movies stuff when I was a kid. So like to see it go like full circle, I think it's hilarious. Yeah, I know this is a bit gross. Yeah, Aaron was kind of reckless when it came to like not picking up the phone for when people were calling him and stuff because I mean obviously he was kind of like a selfish person back then before this happened to him. I mean, he never really like. I mean, obviously for like this specific situation, he didn't tell anyone where he was, so no one knew that he was in this situation until after it happened. So exactly. But I mean, it works really well for this scene. Is I remember at like one of my jobs, I would hear the song playing on the radio, and like every time I heard it, I would always think of this, and I still do. I really like how this was shot, like how it zooms through all the areas where he was biking and everything. And then it leads to that bottle of Gatorade where that he so desperately wants. Obviously can't get to it. And then this, yeah, it is. And then this, I just love how they added that commercial montage. I think that was really good. Just thinking like sometimes my sister would walk into that part and she like get instantly grossed out by it. Okay, this is my favorite scene right here, by the way. The Sofio message. I watch it like so many times. Like I have a tally on my phone on how many times I've watched it this year. You don't want to know what that amount is. You really don't. But yeah, like I watch this scene like literally like all the time. I mean not all the time, but like you know what I mean. I watch it a lot. Sorry. We are at 46:31. You just missed my favorite scene, but it's okay. Um, I think he actually attempted it. Uh, he attempted it like the previous day, but like it was like this at this time actually that like he came up with the using the tubing and then the carabiner for like a tourniquet. And of course, this actually happened too. Sorry, I kind of got drawn into the movie, but yeah, like he really dropped a little bit of his water. I'm gonna try taking him out. Hold on a second. I don't know if this is gonna stay or not. I did not fall down it. I did not fall down the cliff. I tried to see if I can some stuff up so I can hold the iPad without it falling. Don't laugh at me. That's mean. I did not die. If I died, you would obviously know. My bedroom is not a canyon. See, it happened again. I don't know if I would want it as a bedroom though, because like I need outlets and all that stuff. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I do like a cold room, but also, obviously, the canyon will get cool at night, so Yeah, that did not work, so I'm just gonna continue holding my iPad how I already am. So, about the scene here, in the book, hold on a second. Okay, so anyway, in the book, Aaron talked about that, that, the risk of flash floods and how dangerous they would be, especially if you're in a canyon like this. How, like, easily rain would flood and flood quickly. And, like I said, I'm not gonna sacrifice my arm. I'm not that dedicated. But, anyway, Aaron does mention that in the book, but he never really had, something like this happen to him, obviously, because if it happened, he would die, obviously, and no one would know what happened. See how tricky this is. Thank you. I hope you have a good weekend too. No problem. Yeah, but at what cost? Like, he would still lose his arm because of the lack of circulation. Yeah, because, when you're out of a situation like that, you don't go to a hospital. You go to your girlfriend's house. Right? That's how it works? Yeah, like, you saw how messed up his hand was. No, I'm gonna go to my girlfriend's house instead. And there's the reveal, it was a hallucination. And Aaron, I don't think he ever had a hallucination like that. Like I said, just mentioned that in the book, but obviously the movie wanted to, like, address that in some way. About, like, how if he was in a flood like that, like, it would not be good for him. Yeah, the scene I recreated, I mean, not recreated, recited. Yeah, because you were the one who filmed me do it. Um, we are 56, 53. Like I said, I wish I knew how to add the timestamp thing like other YouTubers do, but I just don't know how. Anyway, this is like my second favorite scene, just because like it relies heavily on James's performance alone, and I'd like to think that this scene specifically was what got him the Oscar nomination, just because he did a really good job acting out this scene, because not many people can act out a scene with themselves. You know what I mean? In Loser Canyon, Utah. Imagine if I recited the whole thing again right now. It is really good, and I will always like. It's like the hill I will always die on. That like his performance in this movie's like my favorite and like one of the best ever. Imagine if he was watching this right now, if he just was on the stream, like he's at the Cannes Film Festival right now, but maybe he put aside some time to watch the stream to see the biggest 127 Hours fan. I still wonder if he knows about me though. Yeah, it would be. I mean, if he randomly came across this, he could, but there's only like 9 people here. Oops. But yeah, I mean, I just really like how this scene was edited and shot and everything. Like how basically he was just acting off himself here. Sorry, I'm just like looking at the TV and the iPad at the same time. But anyway, Aaron never actually made a video like this. It was just like Danny's idea to add it into the movie to kind of like show like how he's starting to like lose it since he's been down there for so long in this situation. Fun fact about that water shot. Hold on. I mean, I've seen them so many times that like it's really not an issue for me to watch it. I mean, I don't really know what I would say because every person is different, but like I mean, I had a little bit of trouble watching those scenes when I was watching it for the first time, but obviously that's not the case anymore. But back to what I was saying, like that scene that just happened of him like drinking the water out of the water bottle. I recently found out like on Reddit not too long ago. Someone commented and said that they were working on a movie with one of the cinematographers for this movie, and they said that like if I could ask this person anything, what would I ask? So my question was, what was like their favorite shot that they did in the movie? And this cinematographer, he was the one who came up with that inside water POV shot because like he said that they had a different idea of how to accomplish that, like just a close up of James as he was drinking the water, but that didn't really work out. So he came up with like a kind of setup so he could film inside the water bottle as he was drinking it. And obviously that's a shot that they ended up with, so I think that's pretty cool that I know that information. Yummy. For the fact that is actually apple juice. I read that in a magazine. But imagine if if James actually like went full method for that, that would be interesting. I guess is the word I'm looking for. I always like seeing him smile like that because that's exactly how I feel whenever I watch this movie. But this is another thing that obviously did not happen because of the whole jumping in the water pool thing with that not actually happening. But again, Danny kind of wanted to like show that in the movie, just show like water and then like him just watching them again, like kind of get that feeling of like being with people since he's obviously alone. So he kind of gets that joy from hearing like them laughing and all that stuff. This is why people ask you about the band Fish. This is like one of my friend's least favorite scene in the movie, and like every time I watched it with her, I would kind of like make fun of her for it whenever it played. So yeah, I mean I doubt she's watching this live, so yeah, she won't have to deal with seeing that today. It is pretty pervy, yeah. Like you should see all the Letterboxd reviews that mention this specific part. Like a lot of people just mention that a lot. Aaron did actually do this too, but I think from what I remember, there was like an NBC special that aired like when the book came out, where like they went to the actual canyon and there was a shot of the epitaph that Aaron chiseled out. It was kind of interesting to see, but I think it's been completely washed away by the water now, by like all the rain and stuff like that. That's the number one thing that pops up in Letterboxd reviews, that it has a Scooby Doo jump scare. Like, yeah, it was an interesting choice, but also in the commentary that Danny Boyle did, he mentioned that he originally wanted like a giant mechanical raven for that, but Aaron was against it because he said that the raven was like his friend. So obviously they changed that into Scooby Doo instead, which makes sense. Yeah, I mean, considering like how he's been doing the last few days, yeah. I mean, wouldn't you look a little dead if you were like that too? Not saying that I want you dead or anything, of course. I know that came out bad. Also in Aaron's book, he never really addressed the whole girlfriend thing. I think it was something that like the movie came up with to have like a person for him that he loved and spent a lot of time with, but like never really appreciated them. I'm always impressed with like how good the makeup is, like how dry his lips are, and just like how much thinner his face looks, and bloodshot eyes. Like it's just really good makeup, and like I will always appreciate that because I don't think like many people would really notice that, if that makes sense. But yeah, like Aaron also said something along the lines of that in the book because like he was talking about one of the video messages he made, and he said like he mentioned a girl named Reina, and he said I'm thinking about you, so that's kind of close to what actually happened. I know this keeps popping up. Hold on, let me see. This is my 127 hours poster that I got from Searchlight Pictures that keeps on popping up. But yeah, that's what that is. But Aaron had like all different kinds of hallucinations. Like he like dreamt of himself like having an out body experience, like floating outside the canyon, and some stuff with his family and friends, and like I mean he doesn't go into like too much detail about them, but just interesting to know like what went on. Again, I really like the split screen idea, but I'm glad that they didn't like use it for the entire movie and only like in pivotal scenes like this one, because I think if it was like more of that throughout the whole movie, it would be a bit overkill. But yeah, it's like very interesting editing choices. I know there are people that aren't a fan of it, but I mean I'm glad it got nominated for the editing Oscar that year. Yeah, I agree. And also, Aaron did have this kind of realization that the rock was waiting for him, like it was like he was meant to be there at that point in his life. Not like it was all fate for him. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I agree. And also, about those ants, um, they had to be really sure not to harm them, and they were like biting ants too. So I don't know if you noticed that, like there was an ant that was on his face that was kind of like biting him. I could imagine how unpleasant that must have been to deal with those biting ants. This is like also like very similar to an actual hallucination Aaron had, because that boy is supposed to be his son, and I mean they got a lot of the same details right. Like he was wearing a red polo shirt, but like in Aaron's hallucination, like they were kind of like in the kitchen running around and playing, and Aaron had his stump, so he did not have both of his arms as it obviously shows right now. But like yeah, like that was kind of like the thing that changed things for him, because like it gave him a purpose in life to become a father. And I recently saw that like I saw like a newish picture of him and his kids, because he has that son and he also has a daughter, and he brought them to the canyon, which is kind of cool that like he brought them to that spot where like everything changed for him. First bone break. I've never broken an arm, so I have no idea what that pain is like, but I hope I never have to go through that. And obviously, this is a prop arm. It was not his actual arm, if you can believe it. So yeah, like here, he's just like James is acting to push it really hard, and the arm had like this kind of mechanism in it, so like it would actually break if you press a button on it or something. And this was like in a behind the scenes featurette. It was really cool to see how that was done. And also like Aaron had a similar reaction to that. Like he was laughing and smiling because he knew he was gonna finally get out of there. And obviously went with the small knife because the longer one was too dull from all the chipping. And also like this whole part here, it's very accurate to what Aaron went through, because like the way Aaron wrote it, he wrote like it in such a descriptive way, and Danny wanted to like capture that as accurate as possible since it was written so well. So like I mean the way that like it illustrates like his pain, and you know, like all the work that he had to do to go through that. And that also actually happened. There were like he didn't apply the tourniquet right away, and he did it later because he was just so excited to go through this whole procedure. He didn't really think about doing that. Yeah, exactly. It's almost time for that. Yeah, that's the nerve, and that was like the most painful thing for him to cut off. Um, but not like in the movie, but Aaron did not scream or yell or do any of that. He didn't show. He didn't like verbalize any of the pain he was going through while he was doing that. But obviously, it would make more sense to have it in the movie so you can get that feeling of how much pain he was in when he was doing that, and also that noise and that face he just made. Those are things I can never unsee or unhear, and those would be, they're like permanently etched into my brain. Like I can never like unsee or unhear any of that. But like anyway, like when Aaron wrote about that specific part in his book, like cutting off the nerve, he said that it was so painful. It was like the equivalent of putting his arm in lava. That's how painful it was for him, and I can't imagine going through pain like that ever. Like obviously, the nerve is like what controls like all your feelings and stuff. So obviously, I get why that would be the most painful thing for him. And now he is free. He is free, free, free. He is a free man. And that expression James is making, that's like his actual expression. That's his actual is expression he made, because I think he either thought or was told that he would not be able to cut through that arm entirely because it had like metal plates in it or something, but he managed to cut through all of that. So when he like fell back like that, that was his actual reaction to that. But yeah, I just think it's a really, really well done scene, especially with how accurate it was. And obviously the first few times I watched it, it was like a little bit much for me, because I remember I had to look away, turn away, hide myself. But obviously, like after those first few watches, I got used to it, and now I watch it as if it's like not a problem for me at all. But like I find it more fascinating more than anything because of how accurate it was, and like the how like medically accurate it is, and all of that. And also him taking a picture of the arm, that's something he actually did too. Like in his book he includes pictures of like the pictures he took while he was trapped there, and he included that same picture in the book. So yeah, interesting that they recreated that for the movie as well. Can you imagine walking out there in the condition he's in, like being all dehydrated, hungry, fatigued, exhausted, not much energy, but somehow he had all that strength to get himself out of there. It's like everything happened like at the right time in the right moment, because if he did not amputate his arm then, he would have died for sure, because he was getting really close. Like he wrote throughout the book that he was surprised that he hadn't died yet, that he was still alive, because of like low supply of water and everything like that. But yeah, like it's amazing that he managed to get out of there in the condition he was in. And yeah, like he came across a dirty pool of water like that when he made it to the top. And obviously that was like his main reason to get down there, so he can have this water supply of like the first water he drank in days. And fun fact, in the alternate ending for this, when it shows him rappelling down like this, he has a vision where he falls off the cliff and lands in the pool of water. but they scrapped that out of the final cut because like Danny wanted to show that Aaron is really good at what he does. Like this is like second nature to him. So even if he was like in this condition he was in, he would still be able to repel himself down there no problem. So that's why they cut that out. And obviously, no one wants to see like a thing, like a clip of him falling off a cliff and dying when he actually didn't. If you don't know the story. Wouldn't you do the same thing if you were in his situation? Despite how dirty that water looks. So for this part, I think Aaron said he hiked like 6 miles, 5 or 6 miles, before he came across help. Which, like I said, I can't imagine doing that in the condition he was in, because you would think that he doesn't have much time to live, like he would drop down and die, but he pushed himself and he made it through. Well, it's too tight for me. I wouldn't want to wear it. If it was like more my size, maybe, but that no, I wouldn't want to. So yeah, this is also true. He came across a family, a Dutch family, and they were just like shocked about his condition condition he was in. Yeah, this is also true. He came across a couple other people. I remember this ending used to make me cry like a baby, but I mean, it is still very emotional and very well done, but like, I very rarely cry at it anymore, but it's just such a good ending. And, when Aaron got to the hospital, they said that he had like 40 minutes left to live, so if he didn't, like, if everything didn't happen at the time that they did happen, he definitely would have died for sure. So it's really amazing that everything happened the way that they did. Yeah, I don't know if he actually left his hat behind in real life or not. And of course, we have these images again of like crowds of people, like the very thing he wanted to get away from in the beginning, but now he realized how important they are to him. So it makes sense to add that in the ending. And those people, those are his actual family and friends. You can't really tell, but the real Christy and Megan were there too, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that obviously happened. Yeah, that happened too, but I think they're divorced now. He is 15. No, 16 now, which is crazy. Still true, but I have no idea how much of it he does now that he's a dad and everything. And it's over. I clap, but obviously I have my hands holding on to my iPad. But yeah, that's it. For any of you, was this your first time watching this? I mean, obviously, Dariana, you've watched it with me several times before. But anyone else, was this your first time or was it like a rewatch? So yeah, that's oh, nice. Nice. I'm glad that you liked it. Hopefully my commentary added to the experience. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I don't have a whole lot of experience doing this whole thing, so I'm glad that, I mean, hopefully you guys had a good time doing it. Um, is there like anything you want to know before I leave, or like anything about the movie or anything like that? Obviously, me knowing everything there is to know, or you wanna, or do you wanna like head our separate ways? Up to you. I don't mind. Yeah, yeah, I didn't know. Of course, I'm glad that I did this. But yeah, I can stick around for a little bit longer if anyone wants me to, or just let me know. Are you leaving? Well, you're still here. You're not technically gone. Not really, though. Anyone want to know anything, or should I stop this, or? Because I don't know what to do here. Thank you. I'm glad you had a fun time. Um, I guess, I'm gonna head out now, so thank you for watching. I hope you had fun, and I will be back, so bye.